Come in, adventurer. Come in and sit down. I have a few things to say. Oh, introductions. Firstly, my name's Neil the Adventurer, and welcome. And today we'll be talking about your character and how you choose your class. This is after you've done your attribute roll. I've made a few notes, and here they are. Yay! I've been working hard. Okay, here we are. I'm referring to you start a new character, and I've got Neil the Adventurer. I have ignore these two. I just put them in. But after you've done your attribute rolls for your 6 attributes, it's how you choose a character, the class for your character, and yeah, I'm going to try and muddle my way through this, and yeah, hopefully this video will help you. If you're new to the game, it's vital actually, because there's lots of interesting details out there in on web pages and in the core rules, but they don't break it down simply so you get a rough idea, and I think that generally comes about from playing experience. So when you're new, it's always a little bit awkward. Generally though, if you're making a character, your DM or game master will help you out, okay, and he will say, because he'll have considerably more knowledge than you if you are new to the game. Alright, so our classes are as follows: Barbarian, Fighter, Bard, Singer, Cleric, Priest, Priest Fighter, Druid, Inner Animals, Fighter, as it states, a Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer and Wizard. Okay, so I shall go through each of them. I will have left these all out so you can see at the top, and most importantly, I've done need, desired and not needed. These are the attributes that are needed really for that class, so you get the most out of it. The desired are, if they're high, they will help you. The not needed are attributes that do not affect your character, whether they're high or low. Okay. Barbarian. Okay. Not Conan. Okay. I'll edit that out. Okay. Barbarian. You need strength and constitution. What desired is dexterity. Not needed, intelligence, wisdom and charisma. Okay, little brief here. Killing things before they kill you matters, so strength is important. Rage penalises your AC, so you're going to get hit more often than not. For that reason, constitution is quite helpful. It also gives you more rounds of rage. Dexterity is okay to grant more AC, but very few builds are able to have enough AC to matter. Mental statistics are not required necessarily. Wisdom is good to bolster will saves, but rage already helps out on that front. Okay, so that's the basic explaining why you need strength, constitution and possibly dexterity. Okay, there's a little bit of description for Barbarian. Okay, lots of HP with the largest hit dice out there and the focus on constitution. This class usually has heaps of HP to go around. Rage, a mode that grants you more power in combat and more hit points, plus a bonus to will saves at the expense of some AC. Rage powers, customizable feature to grant access to different bonuses and abilities while under rage. Survival kit, fast movement, uncanny dodge, danger sense, all meant to do the same thing: keep you alive until you pummel your foe. The main feature here is damage reduction, which allows you to subtract an amount of damage from what is dealt to you every attack. Okay, there are certain challenges and they are listed here. Managing rage. As a feature dictates, the availability of your best feature, making sure that rage is up for every important battle is vital, plus knowing that getting out of rage will fatigue you and put a damper on your combat capabilities is a constant threat, particularly if you feel an enemy might paralyze or incapacitate you. And then there's certain features that means you can't do. I won't read into them, but what it basically says, there's like reflex are never going to be good. Your AC is sometimes low because you're rage, and you can't do aerobics. But there are some. But so I'll read this last bit. Thankfully, the class has a ton of tools to make this a non-issue. If you work towards that, damage reduction is a vital piece of this matter. Okay, I would suggest if you, this is not explaining barbarian, I would suggest you read up on that, but yeah, it means that you have certain downsides, but you can work your way around them with the fact that you are barbarian. Okay, there's a little bit there. Okay, so that's basically barbarian. I left the text up so you can have a quick read, pause it, and you should be able to get a better understanding yourself. Lovely. Okay, bard. Okay, bard. Need charisma, desired strength, dexterity, constitution, not needed intelligence and wisdom. I could be a bard. Charisma is what determines your casting, so a focus should be placed on that ability. As it is to be noticed, though, it is not specifically necessary to go overboard on it. Okay. Constitution is particularly good for bards because they have a naturally low fortitude save and lower HP than most other combat classes. Okay. Strength and dexterity both matter. It isn't likely that you'll manage to measure up with other combat-orientated characters, but you should be able to pull your own, as this class cannot rely on being in the backdrop. Okay. Intelligence is okay, but you have a good amount of skill points per level and a good bonus to knowledge skills. It doesn't hurt though. Wisdom is not necessary. Having good will saves naturally. Okay, so the basic features. Okay, so you get bardic performances. These are activated abilities that can provide buffs, debuffs, or spell-like effects, which can be used as the bard performs other actions, making the bard able to fight and buff at the same time. Okay. Skill boosting toolset. Between the large bonus to knowledge skills, that is bardic knowledge, and the efficiency, that is versatile performance, allowing you to invest in performance skill rather than on two skills. The bard is very able skill monkey. Law master and jack of all trades also matter. Okay, custom spell list. The bard spell list is quite good, containing several buffs, debuffs, and enchantment spells. Okay, here are the challenges, which I will not go through. I will just leave them up for you. And there's a little bit more. Okay, alright then. Cleric. Let's just get these back so you can see them. So cleric. Need wisdom, desired strength, dexterity, constitution, charisma, and not needed intelligence. Wisdom is your most important stat as it bases on your casting. Charisma determines the strength and the amount of challenging you can do. Your strength dex will matter as much as you intend to be in combat and what armor you plan to use. Const is always important, and okay, intelligence gives you extra skill points of which you lack, but you honestly should be using your spells or abilities as much as your skills. Okay. Okay, so the basic features are best type of casting out there. While the cleric spell list isn't as hot as the wizard's, it is a great list, and the cleric has the best spell casting progression in the game. Channel energy, an ability to allow area healing or damage based off your charisma for uses in strength. Spontaneous damage or healing, can discard a prepared spell to cast a damaging or healing spell depending on whether you're good or evil, grown stronger as you discard better spells. Okay, domains, sets of abilities related to your deity that provide utility in spells. They're well worth reading. Okay, challenges there. I won't read through them because this will be very long. If you would like these laid out better, please just say. More importantly, it's the attributes and a basic description. Okay, now on to Druid. Need wisdom, desired strength, dexterity, constitution, and wisdom. There's a slight lack there. Okay, so I'll edit that while I try and read the bottom bit. Okay, and we'll get rid of that. Okay, and I'll get rid of that. Oh, lovely. Okay, not too bad. Okay, wisdom is your most important stat as it as it bases your casting. Your strength, dexterity will matter as much as you intend to be in combat and what armor you plan to use. Constitution is always important. Intelligence gives you extra skill points, which is nice, but you should be able to manage with the base amount. Charisma does not govern anything particularly important except to handle animals and diplomacy skills. Okay, so your features. Best type of casting out there, okay, which is nearly the same as the cleric. While the druid spell list isn't as hot as the wizard's, it's a great list, and the druid has the best spell casting progression in the game. Okay, I think this is the same as the cleric. Okay, natural bond, an ability that grants either a beefy animal companion or the power and spell granting domain. Choose from a reduced list. Chosen from a reduced list. Wild shape. The druid's Swiss Army knife allows transformation into animals, plants and elements, can turn into a beast or elemental with power attacks that bring foes down, sometimes with tentacles to hinder and apprehend enemies or Japanese schoolgirls. Okay, I don't know who wrote this. A bird to scout, a fen to overhear conversation. Okay. Spontaneous summons, can discard a prepared spell to summon animals, growing stronger as you discard better spells. Okay. Nature-based abilities, class also comes packages with some cute nature-flavoured abilities like wild empathy or trackless step. Lovely. There are challenges which I will not go into. I'll just scroll through them, and it will just go on for so long. Okay. Fighter. Well, obviously, I think we'll start guessing now. We need a strength as our need. Desired is dexterity, constitution, intelligence and wisdom, and not needed, charisma. And the reasons for that: strength determines attack and damage, which is your main job, so it matters quite a bit. With no major defensive features, const to grant more hit points remains a necessity. Dexterity is a pretty large necessity for a fighter with armor training allowing to use heavy armor and increase max dex, and with several incentives to improve dex to quality for feats and to exploit them better, such as combat reflexes. A fighter is not encouraged to ignore dex altogether like other heavy armor classes can. Wisdom is important because it determines will saves. The class has a truly pitiful number of skills per level, so intelligence can't hurt. That being said, there is a series of feature that requires 13 intelligence or higher, so keep that in mind. Oh, a series of feats, sorry, not very well written. Okay, charisma is not needed, particularly by anything in this package. Okay, other features and challenges. Okay, basic idea. Okay, monk. Oh, let's just get these back. Monk. Right, you need strength, wisdom, desired, dexterity, constitution, not needed, intelligence, charisma. Strength determines attacks, damage, and combat maneuver efficiency. Constitution is important to make your HP have more mileage, but thanks to evasion and improved evasion, you get a lot of mileage out of it anyway. Dexterity is okay to grant some more AC, initiative, and whatnot, but wisdom is overall a stronger defensive stat. Still, you want some good dexterity at the beginning of the game. Okay, wisdom is a major stat because it determines will saves, which are low for starters, but it grants you AC. It determines your size of your KI pool, and it modifies the DC of your stunning fist attempts. Okay, intelligence and charisma are not particularly important for this class. Brilliant. Some of the features which we'll just skip over, and challenges. Okay, these all can be gathered from the core rules. Okay, paladin. Okay, you need a strength for your character, desired, constitution, and charisma. Sorry, I did type these quite fast. Not needed, dexterity, intelligence, and wisdom. Okay, and the reasoning. Strength determines your ability to smash enemies to bits, obviously. Charisma is added to all of your saves, which is awesome, and used for the rest of your features, so you want to have a good amount. Constitution is always good. Dexterity is not as important as heavy armour comes in baseline for this class. A 12 is as much as you'll ever need. Handy to know. Wisdom is not necessary, having good will saves naturally. Intelligence can be handy as you have very few skills per level, but your utility will probably come from your spells and features. Okay, so that's the basic paladin. I have done features there, which you can pause, and challenges. Okay, but they're all in the core rules. Brilliant. Okay, and now we shall go ranger. Okay, your need for a ranger is strength and dexterity. Desired, constitution and wisdom. Just little errors here. Wisdom, not needed. Intelligence, charisma. Okay, reasoning. Strength enhances the accuracy and damage of your melee attacks. It also adds damage to your range attacks if you have a composite longbow. If you're focusing on melee, then this is your most important stat. Even with lots of base hit points and good fortitude save, you'll need a decent constitution score to ensure your survival. Dexterity is always important for a ranger, making you harder to hit and boosting your ranged accuracy. It's your go-to ability if you're focused on ranged combat. Okay. Wisdom is important to every class with a low base. Will save. Okay. Thankfully, it also gives you a boost to your minor spellcasting, so you get more value out of the stat than a fighter or barbarian. With generous number of skill points per level, which is quite high, I think it's 6, you can get away with a moderate or even below intelligence score. Charisma doesn't tie into any major class features, and by the time handle animal becomes an important skill, you won't need the extra boost from a high charisma modifier to make it work. Lovely. So that is a ranger, a rogue, or a thief. Dexterity is your need, desired, constitution, and wisdom. Not needed, strength, intelligence, and charisma. Rogues use weapon finesse baseline, so strength has a diminished use. Still, it determines combat, maneuver, defense, so dumping it could bite you in the bottom in the future. 10 is safest. Okay. Dexterity is the big one. With finesse training, it's not only determines your major skills, stealth, disable device, escape, artist, but also your attack and damage. Constitution is very important. More HP for 1d8 HD melee class is great, and your low fortitude saves need help. Wisdom is important because it determines will saves, and yours are low. The class has a truly enormous number of skills per level, so intelligence isn't much needed. Charisma is not needed particularly by anything in this package. Okay, lovely. Goes on to sorcerer. Okay, so you'll need charisma, desired, dexterity, constitution, and a note here, also think about intelligence. It's not quite desired, but it's quite important. Not needed, strength and wisdom. Charisma is by far your most important ability score. You're a dedicated spellcaster. It means your spells, it makes your spells more potent, and many of your class features are tied to it. Also good if you want to be a social butterfly. Intelligence is a priority, but you may not want to dump it. Spellcraft and knowledge are two skills that serve you well, and your class is starved for skill points. Constitution boosts your hit points as well as your fortitude saves. Two things you're defunct in, and two weaknesses that can get you killed if you neglect them. Okay. Dexterity boosts initiative as well as your armor class, though the latter of which will never be impressive. Also helpful on those rare spells that require ranged attack rolls. Wisdom doesn't do much of anything for you besides bolster your will saves. While that is always a good thing, you already start with a high base save. Strength does almost nothing for you. Some sorcerer abilities encourage you to mix it up in melee, but that's going to be an uphill battle at best. Instead, consider staying out the melee and relying on your primary feature, which is spells. Okay, lovely. Okay, finally, wizard. You need intelligence. Desired, which is dexterity and constitution. Not needed. Strength, wisdom, charisma. Okay, the reasoning. Intelligence is a stat that defines your class. The studious wizard uses intelligence for the majority of their skills. For spells allowed, spells per day, and spell save DCs. The higher it is, the better. Okay. Charisma doesn't do much for your spells, and you don't have any related skills on your spell list, feel free to make this as low as you want. Up here, Constitution is a stat that no one should neglect, and your your squishy sash, I can't say it, makes it extra important for you. Dexterity is important for your initiative and to help boost your armor class to make up for your inability to use armor. Some spells also involve range attacks, as it might help there. Wisdom helps with will saves, but you already have a high base save. You can leave it at an average number to be fine, or even drop it in a pinch. Without any armor or heavy weapons to worry about, there's little reason to keep strength in the double figures. If something got to be low, this is your best bet. Lovely. Okay, well that covers all of the primary or core classes in the core rules of Pathfinder. Okay, so depending on what your abilities are here, gives you a rough guide as to really what to choose and what to change if you can to booster or bolster certain abilities so you can make your class character perfect. Okay, well I hope this helped. It's I will say I'm dyslexic and I do find it hard sometimes reading, so excuse, this is my 4th attempt to doing the video, and the fact you got this far, you do deserve a medal, so thank you for that. Yeah, it was my 4th attempt at filming. I'd like to thank the cameraman, the sound man, and myself for waffling my way through and correcting spelling errors. It's lovely. Okay, well I hope this helps. Just having this screen will help, I'm sure. I'm sure. Alright, me hearties, time you got out of here. I've got some important adventurings to do. Happy adventuring. Goodbye.